Aggression 21 continues. Making his way to the Cage Aggression octagon is Austin Baldwin, 5'9", fighting out of Morrison, Illinois, and Asylum MMA. He enters the octagon tonight with a win-loss record of 4 wins and 1 loss.
Austin Baldwin, man, he trains with a good group of guys, you know, up there in Asylum. Coach Joe O'Laughlin, I don't always know how to pronounce his last name right, but 10th Plan affiliate, and you know, he's got good, you know, so he's got to have good ground game, and he's not scared to stand up and bang. He can also throw bombs, so I'm ready to see how he handles Phil's range tonight.
Yeah, I mean, coming from the Asylum, man, you know those guys are kind of cut from a different cloth. Those guys are kind of crazy. They don't call it an asylum because they're not insane. You know what I mean? Those guys train hard. They bred guys like Justin Wetzel, you know,
Austin Hubbard.
Yep, old Thud.
Now making his way to the Cage Aggression octagon is Phillip Ahrens, or I should say Phillip the Bully Ahrens, 6'3", fighting out of Moline, Illinois, and Midwest Martial Arts Group and Big 5 Performance.
Phillip, no stranger to the Cage Aggression. Cage was the former champion.
Oh yeah,
and has had some big wins, you know, coming off a loss
and a broken hand. So
right.
Yeah, how is that? I mean, I don't know if you guys have had a broken hand, or I'm sure you've experienced injuries, but I'm sure that has to be in the back or maybe even the front of your mind coming back into the octagon in your first match after you know, hurting something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be something you're going to worry about inside the cage. But I mean, once your adrenaline gets pumping and you start getting hit or you start throwing some punches, man, that all goes out the window. Hopefully, you know, he doesn't overthink this. He gets in here and he becomes the bully that he used to be. You know, he was very, you know, he had a really hard time pulling the trigger in his last fight, and you could see the frustration in his face during the fight. And you know, maybe he hurt his hand early, you know, but regardless, he's gonna have to come in here and he's gonna have to learn to pull that trigger, man. He can't blink when he throws them punches, and he's gonna have to take it to Austin Baldwin because he's gonna be ready to bang.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 186 pounds. He trains with Asylum MMA. Joining us from Morrison, Illinois, Austin Baldwin. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in at 185 pounds. He trains at Big 5 Performance and MMAG. Joining us from Moline, Illinois, the bully, Phillip Ahrens.
Austin Baldwin in the red corner, Phillip Ahrens in the blue corner. Your referee for tonight's action is the boss, Bruce Allen. Jeremy J.D. Dorsey here tonight on commentary along with Josh Neal and Zach Mickelwright. Let's watch some fights.
And I'm pretty excited to see how Phil does here. Like you said, last fight he was kind of gun shy, but he's got a new gym now. He's been training at MMAG with those killers over there. He's been getting a lot of rounds in and doing stuff with them. So let's see if it adds some spark to his game here.
Yeah, and you know, in his last fight, I think he was really gun shy in that fight because he was facing a great wrestler.
Right.
And I mean, Baldwin's a good wrestler as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with this.
Baldwin is swinging for the fences.
Yeah, and Phil's got a very low stance. He's working on leg kicks pretty well, but he's got to open up with something else before he throws those kicks. Doing a good job defending here. Got a good underhook and an overhook on his right side. got his knees together, which is very dangerous to do. But Baldwin's left arm is high, and he's got it overhooked pretty well, so I don't think he's really in danger.
Here for Baldwin, I would try to work for some head position, head on the chin here, and start peppering him with some right hands here. Don't keep your head down there.
Yeah, good job on Phil's part there for getting away from the cage and freeing it up. He needs to set those kicks up a little better, and maybe even just hold off on throwing some kicks, because he's facing a tough wrestler.
Ooh, nice uppercut.
Good shot there.
I see Baldwin calm down here and stop swinging for the fence so much, and take a deep breath and hey, put some stuff together and shoot your takedowns off a combo.
It really seems like Phil's length and his height is getting to Baldwin, because I've never really seen Baldwin act so spastic before.
That's the thing, man. You can't let the moment get to you. You can't let the opponent and the moment get to you and do things that you're out of character.
Ooh, good kick there by Phil. Oh, nice takedown.
Got it from far out, but still got it.
Yeah. Ahrens is doing a good job trying to get back up, but he keeps his feet too close together. Ooh, good shot there.
Nice.
Nice. Leaving himself exposed there was Baldwin.
There's the end of round one.
Baldwin was pretty aggressive with his takedowns, but I mean, overall he was pretty unsuccessful. I feel like Ahrens got that round just because he did a little more damage. He was a little more aggressive when they were at arm's length. He defended well against the cage. I think that could have been Ahrens' round.
Yeah, and it really looked like Baldwin was looking to land that one big shot as opposed to sort of setting things up. I like to see him slow it down a little bit in this second round and try to measure things a little bit as opposed to swinging for the fences.
Yeah, man, he's definitely got to set something up. He can't be doing them long shots that he was doing right there, which he did get the one at the end, but later in the fight, that's not going to work. Phil's going to see that, could possibly catch him.
Yeah, I mean, he put Phil Ahrens on his butt, but at the same time, he did nothing with it. Phil was able to get back up, create a scramble, and stay on his feet. He touched down to his ass, but he got right back up. Really, do you award points for that? I wouldn't, in my personal opinion, but I'm not a judge.
Right.
Oh,
big right lands.
Just as we were saying, he needs to be a little more calculated, right? Phil took it well, though. Doesn't even seem phased.
Ooh,
another one.
That one was a little behind the ear there. So
yeah, you see the sweat spray off that one. Good push.
Thing is, though, Baldwin lands, though, is Phil keeps his hands so low, man.
Yeah,
so low.
I'm really surprised to see that, and his chin is high too. That's dangerous.
That's one thing he's got to clean up, man.
I think something the trainer needs to do is stick a softball in his throat and make him clinch on that while he's hitting pads. Honestly, it may sound stupid, but it would work.
Nice takedown now. Here we go.
You get to see Phil work his guard. Looks like he's already got his hips to the side, and he might try to work an arm in here. But, I mean, Baldwin coming from Asylum, coming from those very jiu-jitsu savvy guys, he's going to have a problem trying to submit him.
Baldwin needs to do here, he needs to work to get Phil's head against the cage. Get him against the cage, and, he don't want Phil to be right there is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, Phil's doing a great job keeping him away from, keeping his head away from the cage.
Coming up on 1 minute left in this fight that's scheduled for 3 rounds between Austin Baldwin and Phillip Ahrens.
here we see Phil, and I've talked about this several times already. He's got his guard mostly closed, and you know, having a guy on top of you, man, you gotta assume that you're losing the fight. So he should really open his guard up and either work for a quick submission or work to get up.
These jiu-jitsu guys, man, they got so much faith in their jiu-jitsu. They're willing to stay there and guard. But we got an armbar here. Oh, he still got it. It's still there, and he's done.
What a nice submission.
Oh boy!
Man, just as I was saying, he's gonna have a hard time submitting. That was excellent, man. Wow. Very impressive.
Wow. As I'm saying, these jiu-jitsu guys are liking to stay on their back and not get up. He shuts me up.
But hey, just as I was saying, he had his legs closed. As soon as he opened up, look what happened. Look for a submission and got it.
Wow, nice submission there by Mr. Ahrens, man. That was tough to pull off, and especially looking at this replay, especially to hang on to that armbar, you know, through that sort of power bomb that he took.
Yeah,
that's a lot, man.
I mean, a bit of that comes from a mistake made by Baldwin, but at the same time, man, that was super impressive. And it's going to feel good for Phil Ahrens to get back in his winning ways. You know, that definitely is a confidence booster for him, and I'm sure that he's going to be looking to get a rematch.
Oh, yeah. I know Baldwin is going to go back to the drawing board a little bit, especially, you know, this is definitely one of those fights that I wouldn't mind seeing you run back one more time.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Bruce Allen has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 25 seconds into round 2, declaring your winner by submission due to armbar, the bully, Phillip Ahrens.
There you have it. Phillip Ahrens, your winner here tonight at Caged Aggression 21, the champion.